Brothers and sisters in Rotary. There is a beautiful Indian tradition. It's called Rakhi. For the last 25 years that I have been in this wonderful country called Australia, my two younger sisters, Archana and Niranjana, continue to post me a silken thread. This thread, I am told, has changed many courses of history in India. It is a thread made up of silk. It's a thread that a sister sends to her brother. And it represents one of those unique affections and love that a human being expresses for another human being. This chain that past President Graham Rivet has put on me is to me a representation of that same love and affection that all of you are expressing towards me. I am so grateful. I am so thankful for this opportunity to be a part of this club, to come up with some ideas, to provide some leadership, and at the same time to learn. I have been a Rotarian since Bahman Marzbani introduced me in 2002. And since then, it has been a learning experience. In my culture from India, it is vital that I look after my parents. Luckily, the rules and regulations of Rotary were flexible enough to allow me to remain a Rotarian while I spend months at times looking after my parents in India. I have learned so much from Rotary. Tonight, in just a few minutes, I will share some of those epiphany moments, if you like, of what I learned and what I continue to learn. First and foremost is compassion. Rotary stands for compassion, and it was a learning thing for me. I come from a very simple, humble, middle-class Indian family, and my father had to work hard to provide for me and my siblings. So to be able to give was a learning thing for him and a learning thing for me. But now when I drop Kesh off to his school and he crosses the Waravi bridge and puts $2 into the salvo box, I know that Rotary has influenced my family, has taught me to be compassionate. And whether Mr. Bill Gates puts $200 million or whether Keshav puts $2, the difference is only in quantity. Qualitatively, they are the same things. I learned celebration. In my consulting job, it is not that every day I get to go to work. So while Asha is at work and kids are in school, I'm sitting in shorts and t-shirts at home. Then comes Wednesday evening, I take a shower, I shave, and I get dressed and I come to Rotary. It's an evening of celebration. I don't believe that our meetings are a means to the projects. I think the meetings are the end goal in itself. J. Krishnamurti has a beautiful statement. He says, love on its own does nothing, but without love, nothing can be done. Our meetings are that kind of celebration. And as you know, I disagree with Eckhart Tolle slightly. Power of love is not true. Joy of love is a much more appealing sentence to me. I learned competency. And once in a while, a young Rotractor or a young man comes up and says, I can't afford to come and attend a Rotary meeting. Now, look at this room as a sample of 1.2 million Rotarians. This room is made up of the best in law, the best in accounting, the best in pelvic surgery, the best in dentistry, the best in stone masonry, the best in software engineering as well. We try to teach this in the university, and I know what we teach in the universities. One subject in a university for one semester is worth about $1,300 to $1,400. And if you're a foreign student, it's $2,700. And how much is an attendance to Rotary? I can come here and learn. I can interact with the best of best and learn about my profession, about my career. And being a president of this club is in a way selfish as well, because I'm learning. I'm learning about accounts, and I'm learning about how to run meetings and how not to run meetings, and how to resolve conflicts, and how to encourage my fellow Rotarians. Phenomenal amount of professional learning that is happening here. I learned about camaraderie. I learned that the Rotary is spread through whatever, 30,000, 60,000 clubs. And sitting here in Australia, it was a Rotarian who continued to look after my parents in each case till their last breath. Had it not been for Rotary, I would not have known them. And this just continues on and on and on. Fellows, this is a wonderful journey. It is a professional journey because Mr. Paul Harris, in his infinite wisdom, put together an organization that has survived 107 years until now. And I don't see any end to this organization. And some of the principles that he has brought into Rotary. For example, religion was banned, politics was banned. But again, in his wisdom, spirituality was not banned. Spirituality is camaraderie. Spirituality is what you and I enjoy and experience every Wednesday night. And Mr. Harris would be very happy with what we do. Phenomenal amount of creativity. I can go on and on, but these are all very, very good, enjoyable learning experiences for me. And now we have another unique situation. We see Bishop Desmond Tutu says we are this close. He says we are this close to eliminating polio. We humans have managed to eliminate smallpox, and we are working hard. Mr. Gates gave $150 million first, and then he gave $200 million challenge, and I think we are about 172 million into it. 1.2 million people are working to eliminate polio. But look at us, we humans. What will happen after we eliminate polio? There are so many diseases. There are so many challenges. There are so many people struggling, suffering. We have to be humble. And scientists tell us there are 50,000 Earths like ours. So as a humble Rotarian, if I have to go out and solve every problem, it will be almost impossible. And this is the charm of Rotary. In the West, Aristotle and Plato tell us to logically approach things. We can go from here to Moon, and from here to Mars, and from here to the galaxy. That is one way of approaching infinity. But then there is the Eastern approach. In the East, there is Patanjali and there is Aryabhatta, who have approached infinity through a very unique way, and that is through zero. If we have to genuinely understand infinity, it has to be 1 upon 0. 1 upon 0 is infinity, and funnily, infinity upon 0 is also infinity. So in conclusion, Kalyan Banerjee is absolutely spot on right. He knows that you and I would like to embrace that humanity. We would like to embrace those Aboriginal children in Central Australia who need so much of help and support, or those kids in India, or those suffering in Japan, or our friends in New Zealand, in Christchurch. Kalyan Banerjee knows that we have to go out and embrace them. But how many people can we embrace? So if we have to reach that infinity, we have to first embrace ourselves inside. If we want to reach infinity, we have to go to zero. In the Indian tradition, it is called Shunya, zero. And that, my friends, is the best way to embrace humanity. So I would conclude by making an attempt. It is the song, maybe Kesh can remind me, the song by, it's the Wonderful World song.
Mm-hmm.
What's the song?
What a Wonderful World.
Yeah, but what's the... No,
The
Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Yeah. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They are really saying, I love you. And I reach inside to embrace the world. And I reach inside to embrace the world. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I was told by my family that it's going to be out of tune and you're going to forget the words, and I have not written anything down. So now, friends, you're going to help me. Please hold the hand of the person sitting next to you and join me in singing. Now, what was the word again? What were the words again? I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They are really saying, I love you. And I reach inside to embrace the world. And I reach inside to embrace the world. Welcome to the new Rotary year. Thank you.
I think that was pretty inspirational. What do you think? Great start to the year. Well done. Now it's my job to say some closing